So everyone always asks me what my pre-workout is, and so I decided to show you guys. It's a top secret thing. You can't even get it at GNC actually, or bodybuilding.com. It's just black coffee. I don't really take pre-workout or anything like that. I just like coffee because it tastes good. I think the biggest difference between powerlifting and bodybuilding is training purpose. And what I mean by that is, you'll never hear a powerlifter say, today's leg day. They say today is lower body. And the reason why is for bodybuilding, they train per muscle. Because at the end of the day, it's about showing off your physique. So they train the muscles to show, versus powerlifters, they train for a physical endeavor. The purpose behind it is so that you can get better athletically at a movement rather than for show. I got one more, but it's always the last set where you're like, don't I gotta go home or something? You gotta like take the trash out. I personally believe that bodybuilding is not so much a sport, but it's more of an art form. You always hear about people like talking about how they sculpt their body and how they carve it out, and everyone's a piece of granite you custom make. And when they step on stage, they're not beating themselves, they're not beating a time, they're not beating weights. It's subjective. It's 5 guys. If you look like shit, but 4 other dudes look shittier, you're gonna win. So it's subjective. Versus powerlifting, it doesn't matter how other people do. If the world record is here and you beat it, then you're the new world record holder. Just like sprinting, just like swimming, like any other sport. So I feel like bodybuilding, although you train like it's a sport and you train like an athlete, it really should be more of a art endeavor and more of like an art show. And I think that's why all my bodybuilder friends, they call it a male beauty pageant. But there's a lot of learning from both. A lot of bodybuilders, they train powerlifting for a period of time to build thickness, build muscular strength, so that when they step on stage, they can have that really thick, full look. And on the same token, a lot of powerlifters, they train bodybuilding style or have a bodybuilding day so that they can bring up weak little muscles that are gonna help them. Like let's say for bench, they have problem stabilizing, so they'll hit like one sliver of shoulder muscle to get that part stronger in a bodybuilding rep range. So I think that's the biggest difference, personally for me, that I believe. Here it comes, all the fucked up ones. Everyone prides themselves in looking good, you know, like you comb your hair, you iron your clothes. So I think to everyone, presentation is really important. And especially if you train like an athlete, you want to look like an athlete. But I think there are different phases where, you know, one goal is more important than the other. So for the past couple of months, I've been in a bulking phase. Not so I can get fat on purpose, but so I can get really strong. And I did get really strong. I used to do this whole circuit in like under 10 minutes. I looked at the clock, I'm halfway, and it's already been 10 minutes. I got a lot stronger. I'm also a lot fatter. My cardio fucking sucks balls. But now it's in the cutting phase. Again, I think the bulking and cutting purposes though of powerlifting, why it's way different than bodybuilding, is when I bulked, I was to get strong. And then when I cut is so that I can make weight. So the purpose behind it is still a functional purpose. I'm not cutting so I can look vascular and get a 6-pack. That's just a side effect of it. That's why I think when I first started working out and getting really serious, I kind of gravitated towards more powerlifting, because I'd rather just train like an athlete and then look like an athlete than to train to look like an athlete. I mean, I have nothing against bodybuilders or anything like that. I just feel like this is what, you know, really, really attracted me. The aspect of pushing myself to my limits and objectively looking at my goals. This is my post-workout drink. Usually right after I work out, I drink this stuff. You might have seen it before. It's hydrogen with 2 oxygen molecules. It's very, very scientific stuff. And I always drink this after my workout, sometimes during my workout too. I think when you work out and you have one of those down days or down weeks, for sure it sucks, you know? Whether that's you just have a down day, you haven't slept enough, you're on a caloric deficit, cutting, whatever, or you're wearing your CNS out, it all sucks. And I think it sucks the most when it's a combination of all of them. I'm tired.